Hey everyone, Corey from CoreyReviews here to do a quick early review for the newest Zac Efron and Seth Rogen film, Neighbors. As stated before, this film does star Zac Efron and Seth Rogen. This film also has people like Rogen Byrne, Dave Franco, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Lisa Kudrow, and many other noticeable faces. And this film is directed by Stoller, who directed films like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Get Him to the Greek, and The 5-Year Engagement, which I thought was pretty underrated. Now, this film is about a married couple with Seth Rogen and Rogen Byrne. They just had a child together, and all of a sudden, a fraternity moves into the house next door to them, and the couple with, Seth Rogen and Rogen Byrne, and the leaders of the fraternity with Zac Efron and Dave Franco, and they kind of get along at first until the couple then calls the cops on the fraternity, and now the fraternity wants to get back at the couple, and all hell breaks loose, and as they're trying to get back at one another, they start to learn life lessons and start to learn things about themselves. Now, this film doesn't come out for another week, so I don't want to get into spoilers. I just want to give you guys my general impression of the film. And personally, I thought this movie was just a lot of fun. I'm not sure if this is going to rank up in, the best comedy of 2014. I'm not ready to say that just yet, since it's, only about halfway in the year. And there's a lot of other great looking comedies that are coming out. But this film was just so much fun. The one great thing I can say about this film is that it kind of has like an 80s comedy feel, a 90s comedy feel, and a modern comedy feel, all kind of wrapped into one. It kind of reminded me of like a Judd Apatow, Adam McKay type comedy mixed with something like Spring Breakers. It just had that vibe to it where it was really funny, it was very raunchy and very over the top, but it kind of got dark at moments, it got a little serious at moments, and the blending of those two things in a film like this just works so well. In this film you have two really good chemistries, which I wasn't sure if they were going to work on screen, but the chemistry between Seth Rogen and Rogen Byrne is fantastic. You just believe them as a couple. It's kind of a very odd pairing, but I believe them as a couple, and you're kind of rooting for them the entire time. And we all know that Seth Rogen is hilarious. He's one of the funniest guys in movies nowadays, but Rogen Byrne is awesome in this film. And we've seen her do some comedy here and there, but she is so funny in this movie. The scenes where you could tell she's ad-libbing, and she just kind of just gives herself to this performance. She just lets go and just has a blast. And every time you can tell she's having a blast on screen, you're having a blast watching her. Rogen Byrne is awesome in this film. And the other great chemistry is between Zac Efron and Dave Franco, and both of them are amazing. I know a lot of people will look at the poster, will look at the trailers, and they're like, Zac Efron's in this movie, the guy from High School Musical. It's going to be hard for Zac Efron to get over that High School Musical thing, and for him to kind of build a fan base outside of that High School Musical fan base. But I think he does it here. A lot of other Disney and Nickelodeon child stars have tried to go on to do different things, and sometimes it doesn't work because they don't pick the best roles to go off and do that. With Zac Efron, he's been doing other dramatic works and smaller films, and I know that he's a fantastic actor, and with this film he really is able to prove that he, has the comedic chops, he has the dramatic chops, he's able to do all the physical stuff, and of course, I'm sure every girl who's going to watch this movie will just be sitting there just drooling over, half-naked Zac Efron throughout the entirety of the film. But yeah, so I think a lot of people are going to be very impressed when they see Zac Efron in this film. He's fantastic in this, and someone who I wasn't expecting to be as good, but almost stole every scene that he was in, is Dave Franco. I thought he was really good in 21 Jump Street. I was a little worried that he was going to kind of get typecast after that film, and he kind of does play a similar character in this film, but he is so funny. There's a particular Robert De Niro party scene in the film. It's one of the funniest scenes I've seen in any film in 2014. And yeah, so the chemistry there between Zac Efron, Dave Franco, and also the chemistry between Seth Rogen and Rogen Byrne, both of those chemistries are fantastic, and you put all four of them on the screen together, and it's just comedic gold. You have some other great kind of side characters like Lisa Kudrow and Jerrod Carmichael, and both of them are also fantastic in the film and just kind of just add that extra flavor to the film. And this is one of those comedies that it doesn't just rely on the verbal comedic moments and, a good script or a good ad-libbing or anything like that. There's a lot of really funny comedic physical moments, a lot of stuff involving the airbags, which They show a little bit in the trailer, but when you watch the film in its entirety, it's so funny to kind of keep seeing that airbag gag kind of just running out throughout the entire film. And there weren't too many negatives. On the negative side, I will admit some of the jokes in the first act of the film are a little hit or miss. And quickly, another good thing about the film is that it's 90 minutes. It just jumps straight in, and there's really no BS. It's just like, let's make a funny movie, and they kind of just go for it from the beginning to the end, and you're just laughing nonstop. But I will admit some of the jokes here and there do kind of fall flat. But for the most part, like at least 90% of the jokes work. And another quick negative is that, again, the film is pretty short, and there were a lot of funny moments from, you know, the trailers and the TV spots, obviously, in the film. And so when those moments came up, you kind of already knew what was going to happen. But the good thing, though, is that they do extend a lot of those scenes. So, you know, what you see in the trailer is only just like a quick segment of that certain scene. But sometimes it can kind of cut back on your enjoyment of a certain joke or how funny you think a certain joke is because you already know what's going to happen. And again, this film is short. I kind of wish it would have gone on for about another 15 or 20 minutes just to maybe explore some of the other characters. I mean, obviously they packed in a lot of jokes in 90 minutes, but I would have liked to see a little bit more character development with some of the really great side characters and some of the other main characters as well. But other than that, this film is absolutely hilarious. You know, a lot of people won't care about the dramatic or the heartfelt stuff. They just want to go see this movie to laugh their ass off. And trust me, when you go buy a ticket, that's exactly what you're going to do. So yeah, I really did enjoy this film. I'm going to give Neighbors an 8.5 out of 10. And anyone who's seen the film, let me know your thoughts of it down below. And once the film releases, also let me know your thoughts of the film down below, and we'll talk Neighbors. So I hope you all enjoyed this review, and until next time, Corey from Corey Reviews. See y'all later.